Just wonder why that looks a bit dirty in the lens. Let me just, excuse me, I'm gonna give a little. That was intimate. I'll have to take the hemorrhoid pillow out. It's not for hemorrhoids, I'm joking. My tailbone hurts when I sit on it. Welcome to Mummy Needs to Get Ready for Work. With me, Maddie Lucy Dan. I thought it was a good idea because one, no one's ever thought about it before, and two, I've no other ideas, to use this Get Ready With Me to tell you a bit about myself, because it is my favourite subject. I'm gonna have to adjust the camera angle because I can't sit like this. First things first, my name's Maddie. I'm 30 years old and I work as an A&E doctor. I'm currently a registrar. I'm gonna wash my face. I had to change this top because I was wearing a t-shirt and then I spilled coffee down myself, and then it was a white t-shirt, and this isn't a thirst trap, but I did then try to clean it with water, and well, you know what happens when you put water on a white t-shirt, and if you don't, Google it and have a fun afternoon. Dermalogica. It's their daily cleanse, special cleansing gel. Sorry, I'm calling it daily and it's actually special. I like it. I'm back. Can't recommend it enough. Reusable. I use it for my toner. Anyway, I grew up from a young age in the southwest. And despite my accent and everyone's assumptions, I was never privately educated. I went to a really cute Church of England school in a little village. Just off the motorway. No, it's just off the dual carriageway actually. And then I went to a very good comprehensive school in Chippenham. I went to sixth form at that same state school and did my A-levels. Now yes, I did mention I'm a doctor because I refuse to shut up about it, because if you spend 2 years doing your A-levels, 5 years at uni, and then, I don't know, dedicate the rest of your life to it, you'd go on about it as well, wouldn't you? Who am I trying to convince? Myself. The idea to be a doctor, honestly can't tell you where that came from. She lied. It was the television. I really liked shows that were about A&E departments and like ambulances, and so that's probably what plopped the idea in my head. Neither of my parents are doctors. No one in my family is a doctor. Just me, trailblazer. I also did English literature at A-level, and my mum was like, Maddie, why are you choosing medicine? You're so much better at English. And I was like, thanks for believing in me, mum. No, but she just thought because I'd always said, oh, I want to be a doctor, that I had to stick by it. And, you know, semi-true. There we go. That's what I worked very hard and had no friends for a long time while I was doing my A-levels. Then I went to Bristol Uni to do my medicine course, and I did the 5-year undergraduate course. I didn't intercalate and I didn't take a gap year, mostly because I couldn't be bothered. And then I started work in 2016 as a doctor, and then I've been working ever since without any breaks. I'm kidding. I'll do another video all about like training because it's long and confusing. When I started work, I moved up north. Always kept it in the west though, West Country gal. I grew up in the southwest, now I live in the northwest. Same, but different. It's very nice and fun and fresh and I enjoy it. I should have put, why is this jazzy creaky? I really like musical theatre. If I had enough talent, would I have pursued it? Honestly, no. And I'm actually glad where I am in my life as a doctor, and now I'm having the chance to like explore creative stuff. I think there's an enormous pressure to explore and do what you will do forever as the first thing you do. And life is long, baby girl. You don't need to have your first career or your first thing or your first goal to be what you do forever. And obviously I'm thrilled to be a doctor, love the job. It definitely brings me purpose in my life. I think having purpose in life is a really powerful thing. Your purpose can be fun. Now obviously, realistically, humans are the only species that pay to live on Earth, which is just wild. So obviously part of like what you do in your life has to include how you're going to make your money. I cannot stress enough how much better I do things and how much better I feel when I'm having fun doing it. I really dislike having dirty hands while I'm doing makeup, but I like to put this on with my fingers. So I'm going to go wash my hands. This creaky chair is doing my hood in. Oh, look at my Tyrannosaurus arm. Oh, I need to soak my sponge. That's not a euphemism. I'm back. I'm 6'1". That is 186 centimetres for any of you metric-minded people. I didn't get tall until I was about 15, I think. And I remember because I was swapped from being a wing attack in netball to a goalkeeper. I currently have a partner who does not wish to be shared on social media. Initially, I was a bit like, oh, If they love you, they'll post you. Are they trying to hide you? They're just not on social media at all. Actually, it's a blessing. I love you guys, but it's actually none of your business. And I've seen a lot of, I share so much with you that I should share this. If you've got to justify why you're telling someone something, then maybe you shouldn't be telling them. I identify as a, I hate this because actually it's become worse than labels. Don't like labels. We'll just say I'm suitable for all. I chose A&E because it was the main reason I got into medicine, because I wanted to work in A&E. I didn't approach attaining the degree as flippantly as I'm discussing it now, because it was flipping hard. I'll be honest, wouldn't do it again if you paid me. The lack of knowledge of what the training would be like definitely served me well, because if I had known, I might not have done it, but I'm glad I have. But it was the last job of my foundation training. Foundation training lasts the first 2 years after you graduate, and you rotate through 6 different jobs. Yeah, in 2 years. It is as grim as it sounds. Oh, you've just settled in? Fuck off. It was my last job of my F2, which is the second year foundation training. Now, when you apply for specialist training, you do it at the end of your first year. So I hadn't even worked in A&E yet, and I wouldn't have worked in it at the time that it would come to interview. And things like when you interview for jobs in A&E, it's like commitment to specialty. Why didn't you be good at it? I've never worked in it. What if I don't like it? So I decided I'd take what we colloquially call an F3, which is where you don't enter into a training program, you just work as a doctor for the F3 year. Where's my blush? And I did that for a year, and during that year I applied for my specialty training, I interviewed, and I got my training job. Now, oh, I can't find the colour I want. There it is. These are my favourite blushes by Milk. Ta-da! And then I started my training August 2019, did the first 2 years, and then I went less than full time to 70% because the job was making me miserable and I had no free time. For me anyway, the way that my energy levels work is I need time to recover and just not do very much to build my energy levels up in order to then like do my hobbies. I've always played netball and that's been really good. I highly recommend being in a sports team. It's something you regularly do that isn't medicine. The way to survive in medicine is not to have medicine be your whole life, because if you make medicine your whole life, so I went 70% because I find if I want to do my hobbies, I need to recover from work, and then I need to recover enough energy to do my hobbies. And what I was finding was I was recovering after work just in time to go back to work again. I had someone ask me once, did I ever feel like guilty that I'd gone less than full time? And I know that I'm a better doctor and a happier person now that I'm 70%. And look, let's be honest, if you had the choice between a doctor that felt happier to be there, more able to do the job, versus one that was so flipping exhausted and they were going off and having little cries in the toilet, who would you choose? Tell me. Which doctor would you prefer? I know which I prefer. So I did that in my ST3, and then owing to falling down the stairs and breaking my foot at the beginning of my ST3 ended up taking me 2 years rather than like a year and a half that it should have done on less than full time. One of my worst habits, I'm a picker. I'm really good at not picking my face. I realised how bad I was making my skin. So I love picking at the skin on my thumbs. I'm getting a bit better at not doing that because it hurt. The tricky thing is, the more I've done it, the more thick this skin's become, so the better it is to pick. It's almost like someone wants me to be picking it. My most recent terrible habit is pulling at my eyebrows. So Mum, if you're watching this, I'm sorry and I'm going to stop doing it. But if you look at the state of that one, she's gappy. Refi brow pomade. Oh my god, imagine if this was sponsored. It's not. It's great and it's just already looking so much better. Unfortunately, it feels great to pull at my eyebrows. Like, I really enjoy the sensation. I found a great alternative to it. Have you ever pulled up weeds through gravel? Oh, they sort of spread their roots out, and when you pull them up, it makes this really great like Velcro noise. Oh my god, it's my favourite thing. Like, I almost want to like let the weeds grow so that I can go out there and I don't even mention I'm getting ready today to go to work. It's currently 10 minutes past 11 and I start at midday. I always give myself half an hour to get to work because I always get a coffee on the way. I'm annoyingly doing 3 10-hour shifts this weekend, which I just think is a bit much. Variety is the spice of life, they say. I mean, God, I can tell why I don't do long form content because I'm exhausted now. The approach that I had TikTok, I was just posting whatever the flip I wanted. And that went alright, didn't it? That's what I'll do here. Oh my gosh, she's putting her makeup back after she's used it. I love her. I tie my hair up because you don't want your hair dipping in anything. But my hair's actually quite clean at the minute. So, and also I've been growing it. I mean, I put no effort in. It's my follicles Thank you, follicles. Look at me, taking all the credit for my follicles. Patriarchy. I can't do it too high or the shorter bits fall out of my bottom. Sorry, of the bottom. I love a secure little pony. A horse that's very confident. A secure pony. Oh, goodness, ladies. A lady came to the door today. She was raising money. She was like, okay, so you're in your 20s? And I was like, ça va, I'm in my 30s. But it's like, I mean, I'm literally just into my 30s. So. That's really the look, actually. That is the completed finished look. Let me put that back. This is the G. Used for an Aquaphor as a lip balm. Unbeatable. I would show you my scrubs, but whoever designed them decided to emblazon on them the place of my work. And I'm just not trying to get the paps called on me again. Thank you for joining me. If you've made it this far, I've got nothing for you, okay? This is the finished look. Bless up. See you later. Bye. Comment, subscribe and like.